Hi guys, this is LaShonda Windy and welcome to Windy's World YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be going over our owner-operator numbers. My husband has been an owner-operator since 2016 with brief experience, but then he went full-fledged in 2017. Stay tuned. In this video, we will be going over our numbers and we have a special offer at the end. Alright you guys, I'm going over briefly our numbers so we won't have you hostage. I'm using my notes here to go through. This is our first year, my husband's first year driving for a company. I'm not going to say the company name, but this was his first year, 5 months with the company from August to December 2017. This is the last settlement, and you see right here where he was paid $94,827. In 2018, you see the number jumped. This was I think this was from, oh, it shows right here, from March to December 2018. This was with one company. And then our most recent year, 2017, you see his number drop. This was from February, December 2019. The truck was in the shop. Well, he had just transitioned from a company to Landstar. So yes, we're contracted to Landstar. And when he first got with Landstar, you know, it's a process to get him started. So he wasn't running for like 3 weeks. And in the months between, I guess you could say, March and December, his truck was down like 5 different times, 5 different weeks. So I was like, okay, a total of 8 weeks, the truck wasn't actually running. But if you add this income up to his income that he made in January, plus if he would have made the average for 8 weeks, he still would have hit the same amount of money that he did in 2018. So we still was on track. And you know, for Landstar, nobody is dispatching for you unless you're paying for a third-party company. The other 2 companies, he was being dispatched by someone else. Well, the other 2 years, he was being dispatched by someone else. We had a brief 2017, January 2017 to June 2017, where we taste for the first time us dispatching ourselves, but we still had like a manager to report to that actually did the booking after we found the loads. But I can say with Landstar, we did all the looking, searching, negotiating by ourselves. So I created this tutorial because I've been going around a lot of the trucking YouTube channels, and lately I've been hearing some negative information about trucking. And I just want you to know, if you are a company driver, or if you are a company driver, or if you have a desire to be a truck driver, please do not listen to all the negative reviews without also listen to positive views. And what I'm saying is, you can't just have someone that has had a bad experience. You don't even know their personal life or how their character is to just go off of what they're telling you. You need to make a sound decision based off of the pros and the cons. So I'm here to help you with the cons. Briefly, in 2016, I didn't really talk about that because that was the first year that my husband and I decided to jump out, step out of the water, and leave being the company driver and start owner operator. He had this desire to do that, so I was by his side and helped him and promoted him and encouraged him to do so. So we left. So we went to this company. We got a truck, we lease purchased, and we contracted to this company. And I thought everything was fine. I was in love with the truck. And we had a bad experience. We contracted to this company that dispatched for us as an owner operator, and he wasn't giving us the loads, and I think we was getting paid per mile, and he wasn't giving us the miles. So we couldn't stay there. I think we stayed with that company for like a month and a half, and we jumped back out of it. We gave the truck back, and it was like, forget it. Even after they was trying so hard to keep us, I'm like, what's the point? My husband and I was like, what's the point of staying if you're trying to drown us with your debt because you're not giving us the loads? So I was like, nah, we good. We're leaving and we'll try this again. So in January 2017, we went with this other company that allowed us to dispatch for ourselves. Because I told my husband, if we're going to do this again, we need to dispatch for ourselves. Because from what I've seen and what I'm looking at as far as the trucking industry, you have majority of the time 7 days to run. You have 7 days to run and get as much revenue that you need to have in that 1 week. And if you're putting that responsibility in somebody else's hand, they're not going to look for those loads for you to the best of their ability. That's just like your own children. Nobody's going to watch your children like you will watch your children, care for your children just like you would care for your own children. So that's how I view the loads. Nobody's going to be out there looking hard on the load board or negotiating with different customers like the shippers or brokers like you for your own wealth. So I'm like, no, if we go back, it's going to be with a company that help us self-dispatch for ourselves. So this company, they let us self-dispatch and look for the stuff there ourselves, but we still had somebody telling us when we can book it. So I'm like, it's still not true freedom. Every time I found loads, like I was real good at it. Monday or Tuesday, I have branch set up for like that whole week. But because I have to wait on their procedure of booking loads, we'll miss out. We'll miss out on some loads because we couldn't book it until like a day before or maybe 2 days before. They wouldn't let us book it 3 days before, 4 days before. Now I can see their reasoning for doing that because you just don't know if your other loads is gonna fall through to get to that load. But we have booked a load, I want to say like a day or two in advance, and you thinking it's going to fall through and it stop on you the day of. So I'm like, whatever. That was the rule, so we submitted unto that authority until we found another company that allowed us. We was doing good, and then June 2017, the truck broke down. So after the truck broke down, I'm sorry, let me go back. In June 2017, we switched to another company because the company that we was with, we saw they were doing underhanded stuff as far as with our funds. So we switched to another company, and this particular company found the loads for you, but it was like they was guaranteed this minimum amount that you would get every week. So I was like, okay. So we worked for that company 2 weeks. My husband drove for the company for 2 weeks as an owner operator, contracted to the company under an agent. And that's when the truck broke down. So after the truck broke down, it's like we had to give it up because it was like $3,000 or $4,000 to get the work done. And I'm just not about to pay that much on a truck that's not mine, and how I know there's nothing else is going to happen to the truck. and it was just too quick. We just wasn't feeling led to stay with this particular truck. Now, going forward, yes, we have spent a lot of money on getting repairs for a truck, but this particular time we just didn't do it. And maybe because that was our first time ever getting a high bill like that, but I just know we wasn't supposed to. And Brent worked so good, and he had a good work ethic, that agent, it was like a month later, that agent ended up reaching back out to Brent, and he found a truck to put Brent in so he could be able to continue to work with the company. So that was a blessing. That was favor at that particular time and season of our life. So we stayed with that agent up until 2019, and then things had started happening, and we started feeling led to go ahead and just try owner operating by ourselves, self-dispatching with the Landstar. So my husband was able to get a truck with a third party, and we contracted it to Landstar. And that was our shift moment. And I would say that is because that's when we were really free. If you're gonna owner operate, be an owner operator, I would advise you, yes, you need to get your experience in. My husband had a CDL license since 2009, and he briefly drove during training. I think it was like a month or two after the training for OTR. But something happened where we had to get off the road, and he had been driving like garbage trucks. He drove trucks that would go to the banks and shred the paper. I'm trying to think. He even drove for this company that took milk to different local stores. So he had experience doing those type of jobs. But in 2015, that's when he wanted to get back driving a semi truck. So we applied for this company, and he was a company driver, and he started going to Texas a lot. So after Texas, he did that for a year, and that's when we jumped into owner operating in 2016. And I'm so glad we did. That shift was just mind-blowing. The shift was a faith walk. It was a I can do this moment. And it was like God was right there with us and encouraging us to do so. When you hear the voice of God telling you to do something, you need to do it. Do not listen to people where they say, well, you need to have 3 years experience, 4 years experience, 5 years experience. We didn't have that before we jumped out of the boat. We didn't have that. It was like he told us to do it now. And sometimes when God tells you to do something and you don't do it when he tells you to do it, you will be having like a uncomfortable situation going on in your life. And it's like God trying to get you uncomfortable in where you're at, because he wants you to shift. He wants you to go into this new season that he has prepared for you. I encourage anyone, if you're going to do this, then you need to do it with a reliable company. And from our experience, from 2017 up until we went to Landstar, Landstar was really the only company that we had experienced that actually help you when you are down, when you need that extra help to cover your bills. It's for like repairs. And then they have these big discounts on your fuel and your tires. It's just so much I can say, me personally with Landstar, that this is the company that you will want to contract to. Some people might have their own different experience. And I'm here to tell you that we never had a bad deal with a broker agent there. I'm not going to tell you that, because we have. But just because that was a bad experience with a broken agent, that doesn't mean I'm just going to say, oh, Landstar is you. That'll be crazy to say. You can't base one experience or 2 or 3 experiences off a third-party individual that's contracted to Landstar for Landstar, because that's what those agents are. They're just a third-party businesses that has freight and is looking freight for you and posting on the logo board. So be with a reliable company. If you're going to finance your truck. We chose to lease purchase because if something does happen, we're not stuck with the bill. It's an opportunity to run out there on the road, and I treat the truck as a expense. I'm not bound to that truck. So if you're not working anymore, or we didn't put all this work into you and you're not doing what you need to do anymore, then I can easily just switch into another vehicle. I don't believe in staying with a machine versus the work ethic that I need the machine to do, because I need you to work to be able to bring in the funds. But if you don't work anymore, you're materialistic. So okay, I'm just getting another vehicle. Now some people be like, no, you should stay with the same truck. You should put all your money into this one truck and let it work. If it go down, you just rebuild it, blah 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 blah. But either way it goes, you're still gonna have to pay a bill, whether it's you're financing the truck or you lease purchase the truck. So I mean, tell me your views, but I feel as though lease purchases. Then some of the top companies, they are not financing those trucks. They have the truck for so many miles, and then they give the truck up. And I'm pretty sure they're lease purchasing the truck. It's a faith walk. When you are owner operating, every day is a faith walk. When you decide to do this, you're telling God, I trust you. You're not leaning on no one else. It's just God. And every day, this is trucking period, but definitely owner operating. Every day you're waking up not knowing if the load is going to hold, if you're going to get in an accident, if your tire break out. If your tire blow out. You're not knowing if you're going to have loads on the load board that's paying good, high paying rates. You don't know. You don't know if your truck going to be towed. You just don't know. But what you will know is that, Father, all I need to do is take the steps toward the goal that I need to achieve today. And I just thank you for going before me. I thank you for blocking out obstacles. And I thank you for showing me what it is that I need to do to get the job done today. So, I have a special offer for you. We just created this course that will help all drivers. I promise you, we will help you. I just need you to enroll today. And for a limited time, up until I have enough reviews for the course is free. It's a free course, and it's called Secrets to Maximizing Your Weekly Revenue for Self-Dispatching Without Dedicated Freight Lanes. Click the link below, and it's a quick review over our secrets that had us create that wealth that you just saw at the beginning of this presentation. Brent comes home every weekend or sometimes during the week, and he still made that amount of money. He is a solo driver. He doesn't do team driving, and we didn't have one particular shipper or broker that we work with. And it's obtainable. Do not listen to these drivers that's telling you that you're not going to make money in trucking anymore. The ELDs are messing everything up, blah, 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 blah. Whatever these lies that they passing around is just not true. I just showed you that is not true. But hey, if you want to look at the course, tell me your views. We have a private Facebook community if you want to get connected with us. I have that link down below too. And take the course. I have a special surprise in there for you to hint. It's about taxes. Please look at this course if you just want to hear about what we have to say about taxes. You want to hear this out. I promise you, you want to hear this out. And then we have our private Facebook community. We'll be giving more tips, and we're just building a family. So go ahead and do that for me now. Enroll right now. Thanks.